Happy Saturday, everyone. Jo here at SportsGrid. It is time for a Puckett with Jo. Now, if you're like me and stayed up and made it through the Edmonton Oilers and Vancouver Canucks, you might be a little tired this morning. That was a late one going into overtime, but it really was the Connor McDavid and the Leon Draisaitl game out there on the ice with both of those players recording 4 points, playing phenomenal hockey out there. The depth is kind of a question, though, for Edmonton if those two are the only playmakers, but they're able to record a win. That series will go back to Edmonton tied 1-1 apiece. So it was fantastic hockey. And if you saw the other game, the bad blood is just going to be worse for the next game of this series. The Florida Panthers up 2-1, taking out Brad Marchand early in that game. The captain was injured by a big hit by Sam Bennett. We'll see. Upper body injury. We'll see if he gets back out on the ice for the next game. I expect him to be. Unless something's broken, Brad Marchand will play. He's like Leon Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl, the same thing. He'll play on one leg. So I do expect Brad to come out in the next game, but that is a huge question mark. I do think Florida will still take this series. This team has the ability to find the back of the net, no matter which goaltender is in, Swayman or Ullmark. I do think they capitalize, and they did go to Swayman last night. So Pavelski just phenomenally strong. Last night's games were hot. Tonight, they're going to be hotter, you guys. We have the New York Rangers looking to get the sweep tonight. And while I don't think it's the best bet on the board, I will take the Rangers on that money line. We look at this team, and if you've been riding with me, we rode them in game 1. We rode them in game 2. We rode them in game 3. And each and every time they gave us plus money. I can't say no to the plus money with the New York Rangers today. But I do think you look at the defensive battle here. Under 1.5 in the first period and the no goals in the first 10 are my favorite bets of this game. The 5.5, I do think we stay under for the full game as long as we don't see a flurry of empty netters. If the Rangers are up and Carolina pulls whichever goaltender quick. Now, that is a question mark for the Carolina Hurricanes. Which goaltender will they go to? Krochekov got the start in the last game. I still question why. Maybe they want to rest Frederik Andersen. In the first 2 games of that series, Frederik Andersen did allow a couple bad shots right through the 5-hole that I really thought he should have got. So looking there, I expect Frederik Andersen to be back. I expect him to play a strong game. I expect him to hold the Rangers to no goals in that first 10 minutes. And I expect Igor Shesterkin to do absolutely the same thing to the Carolina Hurricanes. So give me the no goals in the first 10 minutes, unless the Canes come out just flying on their home ice tonight and pick Igor Shesterkin up very fast, then we stay off that no goals, or we get the no goals in the first 10 minutes. I could see Carolina scoring an early one, and the New York Rangers still taking the game here. So what I'm also going to do is, if Carolina comes out and scores first, I'm going to go back in for a quarter unit on the New York Rangers with whatever that plus money is on them. It's going to be a phenomenal night out there on the ice, you guys. I can hardly wait. Let's go, Rangers. Let's get the sweep. That is for sure. They might not get swept on their home ice, but the Rangers are going to take this series, in my opinion. I can't see Carolina fighting back. If the Carolina Hurricanes, and that's why I said I'm going to put money on the New York Rangers, because every single game of the series, I've taken the plus money. If I stay off it tonight and they end up sweeping tonight, I'll be kicking myself for staying off. So I'm going to put some money on there. I do think it's a sprinkle bet, but I do think that first period is the best bet of this. Yeah, it's been so freaking hot taking the New York Rangers when they go down in this series to come back and get that one win at plus 250. Jimmy, I absolutely love it. We're going to do that again. We're going to come back in on the New York Rangers. I'm also taking this one to go to OT. The way this one goes over that total is if we roll in to this third period, we have a 2-1 score, and we see Carolina have that fight back. The Rangers score again, and then the Canes score 2 in that third, pushing us to 6. So I think it's cautiously to the full game under because of the chance. We know the Carolina Hurricanes, their best period of the playoffs has been that third period. That's where they've been finding their success of getting those goals. Desperation will come into play in this one as well. So we got a fantastic night between these two. I'm hoping for the sweep. I'm going to sprinkle on it. But could I see the gentleman's sweep in game 5? Absolutely. That could happen. And that would be fantastic for Rangers fans back in Madison Square Garden. I would love to see them be able to clinch it there. That would be fantastic as well. So I'm going to take them this game and game 5 if we get to game 5. So that is where I'm going. Let's just look at current odds. I didn't tell you guys current odds on that one. Plus 130 for the New York Rangers. I can't say no. Disrespected every single game. And I understand the dog mentality of the sports book on the Rangers tonight. We know how incredibly hard it is to sweep a team. So this line makes a little bit more sense, but minus 156 for the Carolina Hurricanes, I can't get behind. Remember, the New York Rangers swept their last series, so what's to say they can't sweep it again? Maybe we will see the President's Cup trophy winners go all the way through and win the Stanley Cup. They are the odds favorite now to win the Stanley Cup. You got to remember the Carolina Hurricanes, even after game 2, were the odds favorite still to win the cup, even though the Rangers had taken the first 2 games. So Carolina has fallen to like plus 1,700, I believe. They are to take the cup. I'm on the Rangers, you guys. I do think they have the ability to go all the way. And at the value, I think they're plus 350 right now. You've lost the value. I liked them before when Carolina was the favorite. We were getting the New York Rangers, I believe, right around that plus 850, plus 900. I've looked at the lines so many times over the last couple of weeks. It's mind-blowing how much they have moved. But the total of 5.5 minus 114 to the under. And those unders in the first period, we're looking at under 1.5 in the first period at minus 124. Again, I love that bet. That's my favorite bet. I'm also going to get some plus money on the under or no goals in the first 10 minutes at plus 106. So the power play on both sides wasn't able to score in the last game. We have both of these kills being absolutely effective out there on the ice. So Carolina went 0 for 5 on the power play in the last game, and the New York Rangers 0 for 4 on the power play. Carolina was the more physical team, coming out with 31 hits, only 17 for the New York Rangers. Give me defense. Give me a tight battle on this one. The next game out there on the ice, we are going to Colorado for game 3 between the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. Now, this series is tied up 1-1 apiece, and I do think the value on Colorado, with how they play at home in the playoffs, they're yet to lose a game at home in the playoffs, is there. But it's a juice. I don't love the juice on the Colorado Avalanche. So right now they're minus 134. It's come down a little bit. I could get behind it at minus 134. Do I love it? No. Plus 112 here for the Dallas Stars. Total 6.5. Minus 114 to the under. Minus 106 to the over. My best bet of this game pregame is taking the over 6.5 at minus 106. There's been 15 goals scored in the first 2 games. I don't see these 2 teams slowing down. High octane offense out there out of the Colorado Avalanche. Now, if you just want to take the Avs team total, I wouldn't blame you, but I do think Georgiev still isn't the caliber of goalie that I would have faith in taking this under against the Dallas Stars team offensively, who really has been stepping up. We saw what they were able to do in game 2. They were able to hold Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar to only a couple of shots on goal each. I believe Nathan MacKinnon had 3 shots on goal, and Cale Makar came in with 3 shots and Rantanen only 1, held off the scoreboard. So I'm expecting more out of them on their home ice. This team is dominant on home ice, especially in the playoffs. What we've seen so far in these games is Dallas gets up quick. It's like Colorado forgets that they're playing in a playoff game for the first, 5, 10, 15, even that first period, you guys, the first 20 minutes. We've seen the Dallas Stars come out, be the team who's able to score first, which is a perfect live betting situation for me. What I'm going to do here is if the Dallas Stars go up, I'm going to come back in on Colorado when we're getting that plus money. So a live bet for me on Colorado when the Dallas Stars score in this game. Now, could we see Colorado come out and score first and lose that value on Colorado at minus 134 on the money line? Absolutely. But I'm willing to take that chance and gamble a little bit. I'll bet the over 6.5 in the full game to start. And then if the Stars go up in that first period, I'll come back on the Colorado Avalanche. I just don't want to lay minus 134. So I know it's not that much juice in other games. I'll go up to minus 144, but I do think Colorado with the slow starts, and the Dallas Stars keep proving that they aren't lasting. Like, they have pushed to overtime. I understand that, but a full 60-minute play out there, those lapses come. They are so phenomenally strong to start, and then they allow Colorado to get back in the game. So Colorado fights back. Give me the over 6.5 and a live betting situation on the Colorado Avalanche to win this at home. Yeah, the under 1.5 in that last game should be phenomenally hot between the New York Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm so excited for that one. I know what you mean. Thanks, Marty. I'm glad that you love my picks. Let's make some freaking money out there on the ice. Now, I will be live on Game Time Decisions from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. So the Rangers game and the Carolina Hurricanes game will be on. We'll have the Dallas Stars game coming up after I get off air. But join me and Scott Wetzel. We'll be throwing out live bets in these games, giving you guys where the value is coming, especially with those totals. You guys already know that I will be jumping on the Rangers to go in live as well if they go down. So both of these teams that I like to get the win, I will be jumping back in on. So make sure you join me. We'll be talking the baseball slate as well, everything going on. We have some great guests coming on the show tonight as well. So you guys, I look forward to seeing you tonight. The MLB Cup of Joes, we've lost the last 2 days. Let's try to get back on track today. I will be doing that video right away here. I got a Nerfy for you guys that I am liking, so stay tuned for that. That will be up right away. Bounce back. You know, I keep going against the Minnesota Twins, and the Seattle Mariners have let me down. The Twins face the Blue Jays. This is not my MLB Cup of Joe, but who wants to lay minus 150 on the Toronto Blue Jays with Kevin Gausman? I know it's Kevin Gausman, but the Twins, I would rather take the plus money on the Minnesota Twins today than trust my Toronto Blue Jays. Anyway, you guys, that's it from me. Have a great day. Let's make some freaking money. I will see you for Pocket with Joe tomorrow. Turn on those notifications so you know when I'm going live. Bye, guys.